Hi guys, welcome to another lecture in the series of lectures on the namesake. Today we're going to be today we're going to start reading into the novel. And while we read, we're still going to have some discussions. But follow-up lectures would be about discussing what we've covered in detail. So we'll probably read paragraph to paragraph, stuff like that. Um, in each lecture, so this is going to be a long and lengthy course. Um, but I hope that everybody can understand the story, the novel better, which is the purpose of this course, and is able to understand the messages that perhaps Lahiri is giving, some intentional, some unintentional, the layers within the story, so on and so forth. Chapter 1, 1968. On a sticky August evening, 2 weeks before her due date, Ashima Ganguly stands in the kitchen of a Central Square apartment, combining Rice Krispies and Planters peanuts and chopped red onion in a bowl. She adds salt, lemon juice, thin slices of green chili pepper, wishing there were mustard oil to pour into the mix. Ashima has been consuming this concoction throughout her pregnancy, a humble approximation of the snack sold for pennies on Calcutta sidewalks and on railway platforms throughout India, spilling from newspaper cones. Even now that there's barely space inside her, it is one thing she craves. Tasting from a cupped palm, she frowns. As usual, there's something missing. She stares blankly at the pegboard behind the countertop where her cooking utensils hang, all slightly coated with grease. She wipes sweat from her face with the free end of her sari. Her swollen feet ache against speckled grey tiles. Now here it says tiles, but there's a copy of the book that says linoleum. Her pelvis aches from the baby's weight. Before I go further into this, I just want everybody to note that when critics say that she has a journalistic style of writing, um, it's obvious for one to be raising an objection that how is a journalistic style of writing, because journalistic style of writing is supposed to be short, punchy sentences. This is long, padded sentences. The first sentence, on a sticky August evening, 2 weeks before her due date, comma, Ashima Ganguly stands in the kitchen of a Central Square apartment, comma, combining Rice Krispies and Planters, peanuts, and chopped red onion in a bowl, full stop. Two commas, and the sentence is really long. It's almost 4 lines. So why do people say that it's journalistic style of writing? Because in journalistic style of writing, you tend to combine a lot of information together at once, right? And be able to deliver that in a punchy way. That's sort of what Lyra is doing. Even if you read the first sentence, she doesn't say a hot summer day. She describes everything to the finest detail on a sticky August evening. You don't just know the weather, you also know the climate right now and how it feels, because it's all sticky, humid. 2 weeks before her due date, so you already know she's pregnant. Her name is Ashima Ganguly. She's standing in a kitchen of a Central Square apartment, so you kind of get the setting. Combining Rice Krispies and Planters, peanuts, and chopped red onion in a bowl. Now, Rice Krispies tend to be a very American cereal. Combining that with peanuts, chopped red onions is not just a very odd thing, but the taste of onion is a very Indian taste in its essence. And further on, the ingredients that she's adding salt, lemon juice, thin slices of green chili pepper, She's wishing there was mustard oil to pour into this mix. It's all very Indian flavors being merged together with a very American snack. So she's opening the book by, or with actually, diaspora. That there's an American snack that's not American, quite literally, anymore, for what's being made out of it. And then there's a woman who, yes, now we know she's pregnant, um, but we also know further details now because we also know further details of how it's feeling to be pregnant. The swollen feet, um, the feet are resting on gray flooring. You kind of understand the apartment because it's a central square apartment. And then Lahiri writes, her pelvis aches from the baby's weight. She opens a cupboard, the shelves lined with the grimy yellow and white checkered paper she's been meaning to replace, and reaches for another onion, frowning again as she pulls at its crisp magenta skin. So you can almost visualize what she's writing because she's describing everything to that detail. A curious warmth floods her abdomen, followed by a tightening so severe she doubles over, gasping without sound, dropping the onion with a thud on the floor. That's where the first paragraph ends. But if you read into it, or if you just recall what we've read, uh, she's 2 weeks pregnant. We know that, but how does it feel to be 2 weeks pregnant? Barely space inside her. Um, it's very humid weather because it's all sticky at the moment. Um, she's adding this. She's merging together a very American snack with very Indian flavors. So there's diaspora in the start of the story only. She's somewhat lost also because she's staring blankly at the pegboard behind the countertop where cooking utensils hang. The little details, the cooking utensils are slightly covered in grease. She wipes sweat from her face with the free end of her sari. You already also know that she's wearing a sari. It's a sticky evening, so she probably has beads of perspiration on her forehead. So, when we say that Lahiri knows magic when she writes, um, this is what perhaps critiques mean. She's, of course, a postmodern novelist, um, but see how simply she has conveyed all ideas together. If there's a theme of diaspora that's supposed to be set out through the course of the story, that theme has already been introduced with just about a recipe. That's how she works and structures her ideas. Um, she hasn't started with anything like, oh, Ashima is missing home in India. But you can tell she's missing home in India because she's trying to make a recipe that's available in India with the Rice Krispies. Then yes, you know she's pregnant, but you can feel how it feels to be pregnant like Ashima right now, 2 weeks before her due date, because there's barely space inside her. Then all of a sudden, a warmth is filling her abdomen. Even the onion that she's using, you know it to the detail that, if she's trying to peel that, she's peeling on the crisp magenta skin of that onion. All of that stuff. We'll discuss this in further detail in the upcoming lecture. I hope this was fun because this was the first time that we started reading into the namesake. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel, and perhaps also press the bell icon to stay updated for whenever a new lecture drops in. Um, See you guys soon with another video, I guess.